Hello and welcome to the Crow's Nest live stream show. A little late here as I know we're a couple innings in. I was a little late getting over here from my Seahawks Nest channel as we were running some Seahawks draft content there. So I apologize about being a little bit late, but you know, as the saying goes, better late than never. And we've got ourselves a 1-0 game here with the Colorado Rockies as we go into the top of the third inning here with George Kirby on the hill. So we'll see if our Mariners can come back as they've been looking a little bit better as of recent. Of course, the story tonight is whether or not one young Mr. Jared Kelenic, who is certainly capturing the Mariner imagination right now, can continue his run of a homer in 4 straight games. He has certainly looked locked in and loaded this year. Just struck out in his last at bat, but even in his strikeouts, you saw a smile on his face, a little bit more of a comfortable Jared Kelenic than we've seen in the past, which was encouraging to see. So let's tap into this game here. Let's get right after it. Let's see how this thing can go and which way and why, how it will unwind today. But I'm excited to see if he can keep it up. This is nice to see the Mariner team after a little bit of a tough start, starting to kind of find their footing a little bit, it seems like, over the past couple of games. Still young in the season. A lot to be determined here, but the fact you got Kelenic really kicking and hitting on all cylinders is just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful development. Kirby's got himself a 1-2 count here to lead things off. Looking comfortable from the hill. Well, 94-mile-an-hour fastball off the plate, hit foul. Eric Wallace, how you doing, man? It's good to see you in the chat. Mr. Isaac, hello. Welcome on in. From the Hawks Nest to the Crow's Nest, my man. You know I do. Nitro Hawk, what's up, brother? All right, we got a 1-2 count here. Hit off the handle of the bat there, picked up by Kirby on a soft little grounder, and he'll pick it up and throw it over to first for out number 1. Hope everyone's having a good night out there. Get myself ready to go here. Looking forward to seeing. We'll begin some more Mariner. Once I do get through the draft coverage here and we kind of get through the draft, we'll definitely be seeing a pickup here on the number of games we're going to be live streaming here from into May and June. That'll be definitely probably the biggest time where I'll be doing a big glut of the streaming here on the channel for as far as live stream games go. But we might try to bounce. I think we got a early Sunday game tomorrow, so I might see if I can pull that one off too as maybe we're going for the sweep, dare I say. 1-0 count here to Jackson Profar. High, ball 2 on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Profar struggling so far to find his footing this season, hitting 190. A couple of home runs. 2-0 pitch here. Ooh, right down the middle. And that's when you know you're struggling as a hitter, as Profar is. You get a fastball right down Main Street. There's not a lot of movement on it. Right at the top of the zone. Place where you can work with it and just kind of swings right over the top of it. 2-1. Foul back, 2-2. Eric says, I am well here. Just celebrated my niece and nephew's birthday. It may not be till next week, but that's how we roll. Hey, you got to do it sometimes for the timing of things, especially if you're needing to double up. So I know how that goes, Eric. This day and age, the world's about efficiency. You know what I mean? It's all about efficiency. Oh, we got 90. Ooh, a 96-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees called a ball. You can see, I guess the pitch tracer has it looking low. It didn't look that low on the first pitch. That looked pretty legit there. 3-2 here. Foul back. That looked like they had him on strike 3, though. That was not good. But happy birthday to your niece and nephew. That's awesome. We got him something cool. Payoff pitch here. Hit up, down the line. That ball is fair. It's going to be a nice, easy double here for Jackson. He tapped the white on that one. Just inside the line for a 1-out double. Mr. Isaac says, thoughts on Jared Kelenic? Sounds like they've been matching him up with lefties mostly. It would be awesome to see him rake against righties as well. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the next part of his development, I think, Mr. Isaac, is that your next step forward on him is to get him as then the everyday player, is the guy that can go on with against both sides. And I think he's going to get there because I don't think any of the issues that were borne out in recent history were borne out because of his limitation as a player, and that he can't hit lefties or can't hit righties or is better than this. It's that he was a work in progress, and he needed time in his development. And this offseason specifically, I think, to take that last step forward till the light bulb kind of turns on. And as it turns on, I think it's going to turn on universally all the way around to where eventually this season we're going to come to find him to be an everyday player against both lefties and righties. Bryant gets this in on the hands against him and is going to knock this a mile up into the air. Crawford's underneath it, and he'll catch the pop-ups for out number 2. Good job of getting that in on the hands by Kirby there and not letting that pitch drift out over the plate. You can let Brian get those arms extended. It can be troublesome. But I do feel that you come back to Kelenic here, Mr. Isaac, and it does come down to things that have to do with just understanding how pitchers are attacking him, understanding how to look for certain pitches in certain places, understanding how to have a plan when you come and an approach when you come up to the plate. First pitch swinging here, and this ball will be hit right up into the air. Kirby's going to like that. You love first pitch hits, and catcher's underneath it and manages to reel it in. Out number 3. So a nice little inning here from Kirby, absent a double, and Raleigh giving a little shrug there as he struggled to come up with that catch at the end. But he gets it nonetheless, and a nice quick inning for him. Nice good low pitch count in that inning for Kirby, and we move right into the bottom of the 3rd. So with Kelenic, I do think it was those things he's showing. They talked to him the other day about, what's the more impressive homer to you? Was it which of the homers you hit against Cubs was the most impressive? And he was saying that the most impressive one was the home run that he hit out to left field, where he told the batting coach prior to hitting it, I'm going to hit this pitch in this place to that spot. And then he went out there and did it. He said, essentially did a Babe Ruth, and that when you have a guy so locked in by that point when he's doing that, when he's calling his pitches, and then I'm not talking about calling a pitch of like, he's going to start me off with a change, I'm going to sit on it, and I'm going to put it up in the second deck to right field. I'm going to sit on this particular pitch on the outside plate. I'm not going to yank it. I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to drive it. I'll put it out in the left field seats. So the fact that he's doing that, the fact that his power is coming from middle away, and that tells me it's not just him trying to yank and pull, which I think a lot of times in the recent years he's tried to get a little bit Yankee, a little bit pulley. He might as well have had some pinstripes on his jersey, the amount of he's trying to kind of yank things down the line. That he's gotten away from that is what has helped him in his growth as a player. But, I've been consistent about this and said last year, we got to give the guy the 500 at-bats that you need in the pros as a player to develop as a hitter. Hitting's hard, and that the physical ability was always still there with him. But I love the upside, and I love where he's going. Wu-Tang says, what's up, Brando? Let's make it 5 straight for Kelenic. Let's do it. I'm going to explode if we do. If he pulls it off, I'm going to definitely get hype. I'm going to get real hype. That'd be so cool to see. And it's so awesome for him. It's so nice this happens right at the beginning of the year. Something for him to really, build on here over the course of this season, rather than working from like behind a 200 batting average like you were last year with him. All right, so here we got Colton Wong up to the plate, who has been a bit of a struggle. It's been a tough go for Colton up at the plate. He draws a quick 1-1 count here. Not a lot to say on this one. 100 average, just barely sticking above 100. It's been tough. That ball's on the ground, 2-1. Maybe you can at least draw a walk at least. Ski Nation says, "Sup, Brando? I told you a few weeks ago I'm out here in Arizona. I went to a Dodgers D-back game, and man, the D-backs look scary. I haven't been paying as close attention to them. That's interesting to hear. And that pitch is high for 3-1 now on Colton. But man, there's some good teams out there in the other conference out there, isn't there? Dodgers and Phillies are still pretty good. And Braves are out there. They're tough. Not the American League doesn't got some pretty tough ones too. This ball's hit hard. It's dying. Left fielder gets down and makes the catch. Looked like that thing was going to fall in. Just got a little bit too far under it, did Colton Wong, who continues to struggle at the plate. Is that going to dip in below 100? Is he at 95 now? Guard Knight says, was Rupert Jones the Mariners' first draft pick? Was he out of college or high school? I can't remember if he was I want to say he was out of high school, Garth, and I want to say he was like Wasn't he the number one pick for us? Like one of the number one overall picks? This is high to JP Crawford. JP, like Colton, is definitely sort of still trying to find his way this year at the plate. But I want to say, and I'm maybe speaking out of school in this, Garth, he certainly was a first round pick. I can't remember if he was the number one overall pick in the draft, but I'm wanting to say that. So I'm going to say that, and we'll look it up at the commercial break. Garth says, Brando, the bomb JK hit at Wrigley was crazy, 482 feet. Yeah, and Wrigley has air blowing out all the time there. The wind is known for always blowing out there. So you can't just put it on the excuse of, well, it was the wind that blew it out. It's, as the Cubs telecast was saying at the time, there's been very rare players who have ever hit it out to that spot in that park. And to do it into center field where you're drawing your power, this is for where you get your confidence with him going into the future, and that this is going to maintain. This is not just a flash in the pan situation or him merely hot for a couple weeks. 2-2 delivery here to Crawford. Hit foul back. Crawford stays alive. But when you're putting that tape measure power to dead center field, Garth, you're locked in. And that's why so many people are getting hyped, because there's a lot of different people in a lot of different areas in media and all that are getting hyped on this kid. And I don't think they're doing it absently. I think they're doing it because they're seeing the stuff that's coming together and the way it's coming together for him that would indicate that it is sustainable and will continue. And if it does, as I've said, if Kelenic is that guy, Garth, this year that's hitting 330 with 35 bombs, this is a potential World Series team. Crawford does himself a nice job here of just grinding himself out a walk. Gets just deep into that count, does the Crawford thing where he fights off some pitches, gets himself onto base. So nicely done there by Crawford. With one man down, we'll get Julio up with someone on base. You'd love to see that. Down 1-0. Let's see if Julio with one stroke here can get the Mariners up in the lead. Julio hitting 250 on the year so far. Mr. Isaac, oh God, almost an automatic out with Wong. Not establishing a lot of confidence is Wong. And I feel bad for Dipoto because there wasn't a lot of ways to upgrade the second base position this offseason. And he tried to find kind of, this ball's batted on the ground. This could be a double play ball. Nope. They're not even going to be able to try it out. It looked like it was going to be a double play, but they kind of third baseman struggled to get the ball out of his glove. But you thought they went for the little bit of the value there, and yeah. We may have to do something else. Time France up to the plate now with Julio Rodriguez on first. 2 men down, bottom of the third. Rockies up 1-0. Garth says, I'm a Colton Wong believer, by the way. Mind you, my track record is I thought Tim Duncan would be a bust, and I followed Russ to Denver. Well, eventually it's got to click in for you, Garth. You know what I mean? You gotta hit one of these here. Oof. France took a mighty swing there at a fastball down the middle of the plate for 0-1. Oh, okay. Jones was an expansion pick. Okay. 0-1 delivery. Slider outside strike. Good pitch there. Put that right on the outside plate there from France. France in a bit of a pickle here now. 0-2. Swung right through the top of a 95-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone. Strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1 walk, no hits. Mariners still down here, 1-0 against the Rockies through 3 innings. D-Man says Rupert was the first expansion pick from the Royals. Wow, I was way off. Samsonite. I was way off. Let me get my Rupert Jones facts right here. Man, he played for like 15 seed teams. Yeah, so he's an expansion draft guy. But he was our first expansion draft. So he's technically, I was kind of right because he was like our first pick. Do you guys know Danny Kaye was the part owner of the Mariners? Called Jones' name as the first overall pick in the expansion draft. Jones' power and range in center field immediately made him a fan favorite in Seattle. He was batting .256 with 17 home runs and 50 RBIs at the All-Star break to be named the first ever All-Star representative of the club at the 1977 game. He ended the season at .263 with 24 bombs and 76 ribbies to be named the 1977 Topps Rookie All-Star center fielder. On May 16, 1978, Jones tied a major league record for outfielders with 12 putouts in an extra innings game against the Detroit Tigers. His 1978 season was interrupted by an appendectomy in mid-June. He returned in late July, but managed just a .214 batting average the rest of the way. For the season, he batted .235 with 6 home runs and 46 RBIs. He returned healthy in 1979 and established career highs in runs, hits, triples, RBIs, and stolen bases while playing a full 162-game schedule. He became the first Mariner to have at least 15 home runs and stolen bases before the All-Star break. No Mariner would do so again for 19 long seasons. All right, 1-0, 2-0 count here now to start things out against C.J. Cron. C-Cron. I don't know if I'd choose a C word for my child if my last name was Cron. Nice little slider there on the inside part of the plate by Kirby. Snappy slider. Strike one there, 2-1. Doesn't give in to the Cron man. Two-one delivery. Oh, come on, check it. He swung. Yes, he did. You know you did. Yeah, he didn't even argue that. 2-2. Kirby with the wind. Ooh, nasty little slider. On the ground. It's going to be a tough play. Ooh, nice play by Eugenio Suarez. He didn't get a good swing on it, but it was one of those bats where it hits the ball goes up real high, almost seems to hang in the air as if somebody hit paused or I need you to go 1/2 the speed. And it's just waiting there in the air, and Eugenio's waiting for it to come down. Then he's got to play the short hop as it comes down, pick it, transfer out of the glove into his hand, and get still a throw off with enough cheese in order to get the runner getting up the line. Beautiful job by Eugenio on that play. One man down. Slider, first pitch here. Ryan McMahon, strike at the top of the zone. High, ball one. DK Deadcalf, all Seattle made the playoffs this season. All Seattle teams, they did indeed. It was awesome. Hopefully keep it going, man. Just keep it going. This ball is hit up into the air. It's going to carry out into the stands. What's up, DK? DK Deadcalf also says, to be fair, Wong is hitting like a Mariner. Especially a Mariner second baseman, right? Absent your name being Brett Boone and Joey Cora. It's pretty much par for the position. 1-2 pitch here to Ryan McMahon. I think that's right. Ooh. I'm getting a little squeezy here on curbs. I'm getting a little squeezy by the umpy on curbs. Not appreciating it. And now he draws the count back to 2-2 from 0-2 at that point. I would have liked that call at the top of the zone. That was a nasty pitch. Oh, 3-2, sorry. Come on, Blue. That's the second one I've seen here in 2 innings. High, hit foul. Megan, what's up? says, hey, gang, my brother just called and has all eight today, so I'm spending some time with him to clear my head after 5 hours of scouting. Hope to be back later with the Crow's Nest. Sounds good, Megan. Tell Ollie I said hey. Tell him I said, what's up? 3-2 pitch. Down the middle. Hit up into the air. Eugenio under it here in foul territory. He's going to bring it on in. Shows you the movement there on the pitch with Kirby. Ends up down the middle, but it doesn't start down the middle when it leaves his hand. D-Man says it's pronounced Crone. My bad. I guess it makes more sense. CJ Crone sounds better than Cron. Jason McEward says, come on, Mariners, give us some excitement this Saturday night. Let's do it. Ooh, inside. Ball one almost hit him. Elias Diaz up at the plate. Skylar Thomas is good vibes only. You better believe it, good vibes only. Skylar Thomas says, hey, what's wrong with hitting like a Mariner? I will 100% be laughing at all of those jokes this year. I don't care. I don't care if it's right or wrong. It's funny to me, and it always will be. 2-1. Elias swings through a 2-0 pitch here. Again, right down the middle, but shows that movement by Kirby with that pitch just hard to get a beat on all the time necessarily. 2-1. Hit hard. Oof. Right on the button, but right at Wong. He hit it Wong. Right at Wong. Mr. Isaac, I always cherish Neil's call in the 95 LDS. Gives me goosebumps. Greatest radio call ever, in my opinion. Oh, to be sure. And Niehaus will always have that special place in my heart, too, in that same respect, where, you know, there's no doubt about whose voice goes into your mind when you think about a big baseball play. It's always going to be him, especially when he was going crazy. It's some of these guys, you know, when they do the announcing, they have got to fake their excitement or how hyped they get. And you know, with him, it was true and natural and real and organic. I appreciated that about Dave. One of a kind. Megan says, "Will do, B. He loves you, and we'll watch together later." Sounds good, Megan. Appreciate that. Skylar says, "I'll never apologize for a good old-fashioned dad joke." No, should you ever. If it makes you laugh, it makes you laugh. And it's very funny. Especially when he's struggling. It's the one way to kind of get through his struggles on this is it's the salve, the release pressure valve. It's cathartic. Sam the Great says, things are looking Wong with Wong. Robbie Red is Ichiro involved with the team at all still? Yeah, I think he's there. He kind of comes and goes through there, right? Dan the Great, I bet the Brewers had fun with these Wong jokes. Oh, I bet they've got a Bible full of them. It's probably it's like this thick. It's like Chuck Norris jokes. Y2K says, yes, you're back. I'm back. I'm back. We'll be doing a lot more once we get through the draft coverage and the Seahawks stuff. We'll be able to get a lot more on the Mariner streams, but yeah, it's tough right now because we're deep in the draft coverage. We're knee deep in draft coverage. I got my elbows up to it. Hey, Eugenio Suarez steps up to the plate now. Okay, well, at least the ump is squeezing the other side of the zone. I'll give him that. That was probably a strike on the other side of it. So the ump's got a little bit of a tight zone tonight. It should help out the hitters a bit. Hey, Eugenio jumps on the second pitch and hits this high and deep. That ball's gone. Hey, how's that for good timing? That's what happens on it. That's what happens on it. Hey, Eugenio Suarez going uppo to the right field side. And this is, as a pitcher, this is what's going to happen is you're trying to hit those spots on the edges. You're trying to hit those little spots on the edges and the ump squeezes you on it. Now you're behind on an account on a power hitter. And now you feel like I can't get to 2-0. I got to come back and give him something up over the plate. And then he smash. That was perfect timing as I was just saying that. Because hitters will start to get that feel, and pitchers will start to feel like they got to start eating more of the plate to get their calls. 1-0 here now after a home run by Eugenio. How about that? Cal Raleigh steps up to the plate now, takes 1-0. Inside, 2-0. DK dead calf. Now that Kelenic is lighting up, we can get his nickname of Hangman going, or is Top Gun 2 now dead? No, it's Hangman. That's dead set in, dead calf. We're going to make this a thing. This ball's laser beam to the right field side, foul into the stadium steps. No, it's Hangman for me, man. That was so perfect, brought up last year that's just got to stick. And he's just got perfect because not only does he have the face, he's got that same kind of like air to him of the Hangman guy in the movie. It just fits too well, man. It's too well fit. It's perfect. Megan says, I just broke 335 in the scouting bee. Ooh, killing it, Megan. I love it. It's batted ball on the ground, second base side. Tough play, but of course, Raleigh, thrown wide, far off base there. Raleigh can't really get up the baseball paths, but that ball was just hit so slowly. He barely got any bat on that ball and pulling it to the right side. Had a lot of top spin on it as well. And just not even close to getting that play. So runner on now, nobody out. I wonder if they're going to give him a error on that one or not, or a base hit. Teoscar Hernandez is now going to step up to the plate. Hernandez, after a really, really slow start, has started to come on here a little bit now. Strike on the outside part, 0-1. One pitch. Oof, nice slider. Got Teoscar to swing through one on the back edge there. Drifted right past the plate. 0-2. Hernandez 1 for 1 in this game with a single in the second. 250 on the year. 0-2 pitch. Swung right through. Strike 3. Got him on a couple of pitches out of the zone there. He just kind of had Teoscar a little bit fooled on that at bat. I'm going to blame the wispy mustache of the pitcher. You can just get a little bit too distracted by that as a hitter sometimes. And here comes the man of the moment, Jared Kelenic. 4 home runs in 4 games, lighting it up. Takes a slider right over the middle of the plate for strike 1. Hitting .357 with 4 bombs and 7 ribbies on the year so far. Walked right back here into the batter's box. It's this one foul on the ground. 0-2. Highest OPS in an 8-game stretch since 2020. And this is Kelenic's current run. A little choked up on the bat now. And he swings right through that pitch. 3-pitch strikeout for Kelenic there. Wonderful job of pitching here. Very nicely pitched. Those pitches had some nasty movement on it. Tommy Patella. Tommy Patella comes out to the batter's box now. 0 for 1, lined out of the second. Slider, strike, right down mainstream. He's got that slider working, does Feltner. Definitely these hitters are looking at that pitch out of his hand and they're thinking that's outside, and it's sliding back into especially the lefties. They're not picking it up very well right now. 1-1. Inside. 2-1 now. Two and one. Swing. Strike 2. Skylar says, okay, y'all, enough with the second base puns. This has gone on long enough. Megan says you make one wrong move and it haunts you forever. I could do this all night, folks. 2-2. Tommy Patella takes inside 3-2. The Patella hitting 071 on the year, which is hard to do. They give you 50 points just for stepping in the batter's box. 3-2 here to Tommy Patella. Ooh, almost hit him. High and tight, trying to send a message to Patella. Saying, I don't like the look of your face. Why don't you get on first base? Tommy's like, okay. I will. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Have your base, man. All right, I will. So we got 2 runners going now. 2 runners going. DK says, we live in a world where Hangman and Gino have the best batting averages on the team. We're in that weird offshoot universe, you know? Mandela effects are happening everywhere. Okay? It's sheer chaos, nonstop. No one knows what's real. No one knows what's true. Dogs and cats living together. Venezuelan sensation. D-Man says, I can't wait for Emerson Hancock coming up. We will have a Kirby Hancock. Hey, that's going to be funny. It's one of those names that just makes you grin saying it. All right, here comes up the Wong man for this situation. Wong can only hope that he can actually get a hit here. But Wong can't deny it's not likely to happen. 1-0 though. The Wong mans managed to get ahead of this account. 2 runners on. He's going to bunt it back, foul. Interesting choice there. A Wongly bunted ball, I would say. 1-1 here now. Outside. Oh, ump. You're doing him wrong. You're doing him so wrong. You're doing him dirty wrong. 1-2. High, ball 2. Colton digs in. 2 men on. 2 men down. 1-1. Batted foul there. Deep down the line, but did yank that one just a little bit foul. Sam the Great says, let's get back to over 500 after April, Mariners. Let's do it. Let's do it. Megan says, I'm so glad my brother has Ollie today. Really need to get away from that screen, but when I do, I feel so guilty that I'm wasting time. I know how that goes, Megan. This ball's hit up on the ground, up into the air, and it's going to be hit foul. Boy, Wong almost looked like he was going to be able to carve himself out a base hit with a 9-foot grounder, but when your luck is working Wongly, there's nothing you can really do about it. We're 13 games into the Wong jokes, folks. Just getting warmed up. All right, 2-2 here to Colton. 2 men on. Low. Ump was going to squeeze him. He wanted to it on that one. He didn't. Good eye by Colton. Good eye. 3-2. Runners are going to be going with 2 men out. A double scores 2. The pitch. Ooh, hits it right off his instep. See, this is what, when bad luck's going for, he's a player like right now with Wong. You hit a little grounder like that would usually get you a hit on the ground, little just chopper there, just run it out, get to first. No. Then later on in the bat, you hit it off your instep. It's sometimes not just going right for your play, it's just really not going right. This is the nature of baseball. It's the most brutal nature of baseball when you're kind of struggling like that in this moment as he is. 3-2. But he's doing a nice job here in this at-bat of really fighting off. Fouls that one back. A lot of movement on these pitches from Feltner. These things aren't just sitting long. They're moving. Megan says 2 Wongs make you right, but it makes you feel good. Take a Wong walk, my guy. And he does so. Ball 4. Wong will take first base. Wong hit the ball the wrong way, and the ball went foul. Sam the Great is happy no one's giving a Wong take. Ski Nation, the Crow's Nest. What do you think of the rule change to speed up pitching? I love it. I love everything about it. Baseball needed to do stuff to help this game out. You need to get more of the younger audience, I think, brought in. And you're not doing anything that's crazy by doing so here. You're actually pushing back on something that's just been more of about a 25-year trend in baseball with the slowdown of the game. It didn't always used to go this slow. And players back in the day used to have a little bit more of a speediness they would go with. It had become that way. It evolved that over time. So I love the pitching clock. It's good for the game. It's going to help the game. Very much in favor. We got a 1-0 count here to J.P. Crawford now. Bases loaded. Crawford drew a walk last time. He's going to hit this one on the ground foul behind him for a 1-1 count now. One. Crawford 217 on the year so far. High. Feltner's losing a little of his control this inning. He's been pretty locked in here through this early part of this game, but he's getting 69 pitches into this game. And this is certainly the part where that pitching clock gets into you a bit as a pitcher now, right? 2 outs into the inning, 3 runners on. Out away, ball 3. 3-1. And you got to be feeling like Crawford's probably taking all the way here at 3-1, don't you? But Fel, this is where when you're having to pitch this fast, this many pitches, this is where fatigue can set in an inning. And Feltner maybe he's feeling that a little bit here with his control. He hits this one. It's going to be a base hit. This is going to get down. And it's probably going to score 2. 1 runs in. Oh, they hold him up. Does Patella not have very, very fast? I guess Patella's not very fast. How do you not score on that? It's 2 strikes, though. I mean, he's running with contact. Did he just not get a good jump? Golly. Maybe he doesn't score. Maybe he's just hit too hard by Crawford to that side. Nice job by Crawford. Scores 1. Bases remain loaded now. And a pretty good guy to come up to the plate with the bases loaded here with Julio Rodriguez. Mariners' last 3 games with runners in scoring position hitting .345. Certainly one of the big issues with them last year, in last couple of years, frankly, on this team. Julio's got a 1-0 count here now. He's 0 for 2. Hits this one on the ground, foul. Megan says it's going to be a long season with these jokes, Crow's Nest. I know. Big Country says that was a Wong at bat. That was a very Wong at bat. Wong did something right. He did something right, man. All right, 1-1 here to Julio. Hitting .333 this year with runners in scoring position. Fouls this one back, 1-2. Tommy says Patel is all knees, unfortunately. Patel all knees. Strong knees, no ankles, no foot strength, just all knee. 1 and 2. Hit hard down the line. This is going to get fair and into the corner. This is going to score 1, at least 2, and probably maybe even 3. Right fielder struggling to come up with it. 2 runners in. Third one's going to come up walking in. Might as well moonwalk in, should Crawford, and that is going to score 3. Julio Rodriguez with a triple down the line. Right fielder down there was like it was being knocked around by some unseen force. He couldn't pick it up as it bounced around over there. Julio just putting that solid stroke, just level stroke on the baseball. Don't do too much with it. Hit it hard to a spot. Beautiful piece of hitting by Julio. Shows you that ability just all around. Just he's not just a pull hitter. He can yank it. And it just a stand-up triple all the way for him. Wonderful. Mariners go up 5-1, and the fans absolutely are on their feet on that hit. Let's go. Mariners starting to come to life here early on in this year. I'm a little bit behind on the pitches, guys. The pitch tracker's ahead of me. I've tried to slow it down, but there's no way to slow it down. It just goes the speed it wants to go. Gar says, Wong was white. Wong was right. You put that W in there, Gar, to mess me up. Wong was white to get on the bag and continue this offensive progression. D-Man, Brandon, do you have a Mariners t-shirt? I'm meaning to go get a couple at the store. I went to the store the other day. They didn't have it in a couple of places I went to here. Spokane is extremely lame in its shops for Mariner gear. They've got more Gonzaga stuff than any man should ever need to go buy, but they can't get a one Mariner shirt in any of these shops. So I got to go down to the mall and pick my one up. The only reason I got the Hawk shirt on today is I just got done doing the Seahawks channel. So I was already 2 innings behind after we did the coverage on the Seahawks channel. So I was just like, get it flipped over to the next deal and go. Just go. But I'll try to get one. I'll try to get some of those shirts for the future for the streams because it's a little weird with just with the Seahawk logo. I'll just have the Emerald City part here. And get the emerald. There we go. There. That's gonna. Then you can't tell. It could be the Emerald City Mariners for all anybody knows. Then just got to keep the Seahawk logo out of it. Oh, let's go, Julio. That's right. D-Man says, "Oh, I forgot you live in Spokane." Yeah, I went on the hunt for it as, this ball's first pitch hit up into the air. They brought in a reliever there, and he's going to get him out there. Ty France, first pitch swinging. But the damage is done as we end the fourth. Mariners go up 5-1 here on Colorado. Give Kirby a little bit of breathing room. A wonderful thing to see here from the Mariners, and really nicely done. Good to see this year the runners in scoring position picking up. It's one of the big little things that I'd like to track with because the Mariners have been oddly bad in that realm for back-to-back years. It's a stat that the people will tell you analytically wise that it's one that has fluctuation year to year and a high disposition to a regression to the mean. But yet it's one that for the last 2 years of the Mariners has shown itself to be that they're just unable to at times hit with guys in scoring position and put those hits together. But nice to see early on this year that that's one part that's starting to turn around a little bit and could be a little bit of a harbinger for success in producing runs here on in the future of this year. Dan the Great says, we can't go Wong with Julio leading off. You can't. You can't. Especially get Crawford down at that 9 hole. He draws enough walks, even if he doesn't get a lot of base hits. He's going to get on base for you at least to then give Julio those times to be able to do damage with runners on. I mean, we can't go Wong with that. Not at all. Oh, D-Man, I can get a Mariners jersey, dude. I promise I can. I just got to go to the right store. And I know which one I got to go to, but it's one of those things like you wanted to go to the convenience store that would have just something that'd be functional until I can get to the mall, which is going to be farther drive for me. And then they didn't. So now it's like, I just got to go to the mall and I just got to take the time out to go get it. So it's all good, man. I got it. It's just, I was annoyed at the fact these shops here, which if I was in any other place in the Western side, you know, any of these places I was going to would have had some Mariner shirts. And the fact they didn't, I was just kind of like, come on, Spokane, give me a break. You know, you are still part of Washington. Megan says, I got mine at Simply Seattle B. Yeah, they're all over the place in Seattle. But goodness. Man, I would prefer Spokane than the East Side or Seattle personally. Well, I do in that respect. I like living out here, and I don't like being stuck with so many people that are just packed in together like sardines. First pitch, strike one. I'm starting to widen the zone out a little bit here on the first pitch or second pitch. That's 1-1 here to Eleuris Montero. Giving Kirby a little bit of room. 2-1 now. So we're in the top of the fifth inning. Mariners up 5-1. George, just get them throwing strikes now. Don't do an opening walk here. There we go. Make them beat you. Ball hit right up on the button there, right to Julio. Not even really a line drive. Ball looked kind of weird coming off the bat, actually. But D-Man, I'm the same way. I love this. I love being on the east side. The weather's better. There's just, you're a little more stuff within nature to go do, kind of feels like. Not as much rain, a little drier. Wu-Tang says, I need to get me a Julio in the retro cream jersey. I might need to get that one myself. Strike. Ump is again starting to widen the zone, and Jonathan Daza does not like it. He's barking at the ump. Oh, and he's gonna get his coach tossed instantaneous on that note. And the coach barking from the Colorado Rockies dugout. The coach is mad, making faces. And ump heard something that he didn't like and instantly tossed the coach over there who was watching the game up at the top of the step. Not the head skip, but one of them in there just got instantly tossed. But look, I get it. This is the thing with these guys that watch it. They know when they're watching an ump early on through the first 40 innings of the game, and he's calling a tight game. This is the fun part. This is the depth part of baseball stuff where that ump's calling it tight. He's squeezing the pitchers in the zone. And so you're through the first 4 innings, and as a coach, you're recognizing that going, okay, you're not by the letter of the law calling the zone. And then you suddenly get into the 5th inning here. And as I remarked on a couple of those first pitches from Kirby, the zone's starting to widen out now a little bit. Where's this random widening of the zone thing? And Daza saw it too. Daza's head snapped right back and went, hey, WTF here, ump. You already established the zone. And that's what'll start to make coaches and stuff like that get a little bit dodgy with it. They don't like when the zone gets a little bit adjusted from what the letter of the law should be. They'll accept it as long as it's consistent. This ball's hit up into the air into foul territory. France gives chase, but he's not able to get there. And we've got an 0-2 count here to Ezekiel Tovar. Megan says, love Seattle and I hate crowds as bees now. Seattle, I hate crowds as bees now knows. Oh, yeah. Mariners are 5 for 16 with runners on scoring positions. Nice. Crow's Nest, which jersey should I get next? Ichiro, Julio, or Tio, and why? Strike 3, right down Main Street 0-2. Tavar said, he's going to waste one here. Certainly he's going to waste one. Kirby said, hey, I got a 4-run lead. All right? I got a 4-1 lead. What do you want? I ain't here to mess with you. I got a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that moves with a 5-inch plane left to right. What do you want? I don't need to mess with you. I don't need to waste one. I don't need you to swing out of the zone. You ain't going to be able to hit it in the zone. Look at this. You just threw that right down the middle to me on 0-2. This ballsy SOB. And I'm going, the Julio Retro Cream is too cool. That's too cool, Megan. It doesn't get any more swaggy. It doesn't get any cooler with that. The thing might as well be embedded with diamonds and embroidered. That's the one. And that's the one that keeps looking better and better every year as his star continues to ascend, Megan. That's what makes that one the better one to go for. Tommy says, I lived in Georgia the last 20 plus years, but I went to school in WSU. We used to go to Spokane often. Loved the city back then. Yeah, I kind of like going down the city too. I'm more of a outlier guy, and at the city down there's gotten a little bit, the homeless thing is getting rough down there. It's getting a little bit. You know what I mean? I know it's an issue, but it's not the funnest to be down there with that stuff. You just kind of head on a swivel, you know? Head on a swivel. I love Seattle, though. Heart's still always in Seattle. It got to me after years of just living on top of each other. 45-minute commute back and forth to work every day. Just go, I don't want to drive my life away. Nature is Brandon's favorite thing about the Spokane is the restaurants. I went this week to LA, and it was so brutal because I go to LA and it was just went to a lot of good little places to eat at night, and I was just sitting there just like every bit of food I'm just going, oh. It's just because I have nothing like this in Spokane, so every bite was just savored, every last bit. 1-1 here to Colton Wong, who's quickly in a 1-2 count. Wongley, to no surprise. 1-2. Batted up into the air high and deep. Carrying deep. Far. Fly away. It's caught. Out number 1. Well, he gave it a good swing at least. He showed some good oppo power on that fly out. Megan says, what happens if the coach is tossed? They've got so many backup guys, coaches on the bench, Megan, and bench coaches for bench coaches that they can, they've got an endless array of guys. They could just have guys being tossed out probably every inning if they wanted to, just to do so. 1-0 count here to Kyle Raleigh. He'll flip over to the right side of the plate here now with the lefty on the hill for the Rockies. Raleigh hitting .244 this year with 1 home run on the year. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Hit hard down the line with a little bit of smoke to it. That would be foul. DK dead cat, 4th career triple for Julio. Wow. 4 triples in 2 years. That's legit. He's fast. Oof, Raleigh got a little bit of a hanger there. Knocked it foul, but put a good swing on it. Raleigh looking pretty locked in on the right side tonight. This lefty's playing with fire. He's leaving it high over the top of the zone for Raleigh right now. That's not a good spot to be in with Raleigh, when especially on the right-handed side there. Well, let's see if Raleigh lets him get away with the third one. He did. Put it right down over the center part of the plate, and Raleigh just popped it up. He gave him 3 pitches in that at bat to swing at. Raleigh can't be mad at that. Tommy says, sorry about my voice, folks. Keep in mind, I did 4 hours on the earlier stream, so it's a little bit dodgy today. Tommy says, I absolutely hate inconsistent umps. It's like the refs in football that call holding calls only against your defensive backs. I do too as well. To me, getting calls wrong or right, I can get that coming into play. Consistency of the way you call things, less of the arbitrary nature to it. That's the part that bothers me too. I think you can definitely have stuff where there's some variance in calls, but consistency. And Teoscar Hernandez is quickly into an 0-2 hole. This kind of happened to him in the last at-bat as well, where just quickly, pitcher kind of got on top of him in the at-bat. Teoscar 3 for 6 in this series so far, though. Oof! Gnarly pitch inside there, right at the knees, right on the black. Strike 3 there to Teoscar. So 3 up, 3 down for the Mariners here. That ends out the 5th inning, but they will maintain and hold on to their lead 5-1. Gar says, I know this is unpopular, but I need an electronic strike zone before I perish. I don't think it's unpopular at all, Garth. I have yet to hear anybody that's the pro ump over the electronic strike zone. It's, to me, there's just no really situation by which anyone can explain to me why the electronic strike zone is not better in every way, shape, and form. You know, there's no more arguments with umps. There's no more, I mean, maybe people who love that part of it, I guess, is some sort of elemental part of baseball. But, you know, even those days have been tiled down. We don't get any Lou Pinellas dusting up them on their ankles with the dirt or throwing, you know, base paths across the field. So even that's not as fun as it once was. Give me the electronic strike zone all day long. One call, Tommy says, they made it look like it went in the seats there for a second. The guys were playing it all weird in the outfield. You guys' chat GPT strike zones? maybe so. Tommy says, my bro says the management of Seattle has changed, and that is the problem. For the most part, the people are still cool there. Yeah, I still think that's probably a welcome, you know, conclusion of the situation with it. And, you know, the leaders don't have any other answers over here on it. It's as far as the homeless thing, but it's definitely impacted the cities and going downtowns and the amount of fun you have and how safe you feel and just the general spirit of things. The city's kind of struggling in that respect at times where you know, and they can clean it up and get bounced back, but it's going to probably take some pretty major steps. First pitch swinging strike. And I certainly don't act like I've got all the answers on that. I don't. It's a tough problem to solve. I get that. 0-1 here to Profar. Got himself a double last at bat. Takes ball on a slider here. Kirby being pretty careful with Jackson. Fastball high right down the middle and throws it right past him. 94 miles an hour. 1-2. Kirby slider. Hit foul. Nice movement on that pitch. Wu-Tang says the homeless situation thankfully started to improve a bit. It was really tough in 2020-21. Yeah, I've heard that it is maybe getting a little bit better there. I haven't been recently past. Me and Megan were there, and it was pretty good when we were there, Megan. It wasn't bad. We went to a game there. This ball's hit up into the air, and this is going to be playable for Eugenio Suarez, who we know just kills pop-ups like nobody else from the third base position, and he will catch that for out number 1. I have heard that it's gotten a little better, and certainly I can attest to that. When me and Megan went to a game with the Cardinals game, I did not feel as much the presence there as I had prior when I was there even 10 years ago, going there for Microsoft, you know, and I'd have to go down to downtown every day, and it was just aggressively being accosted and just tough situation at times in the interactions where you're kind of feeling like, again, it's just not super safe feeling. But I think they could clean it back up. There's no reason that they can't revitalize and get Seattle back to kind of what it was. And there's so much potential in that city in that way of things. 1-0 pitch here, hit up into the air, skied. Julio's underneath it, and he's going to have this easily for out number 2. So it looks like we might have another quick inning here out of Kirby, which is wonderful to see. He's only got 73 pitches this game. It'd be nice to save a little bit of the bullpen here in this game because they have used them a little bit. I think last night they definitely went to him a little bit early. Tommy says in Atlanta they dealt with the homeless issues with lots of cops and donation boxes. Now you can actually walk the street without getting accosted. It's great. And it is. I don't want to feel like I'm being ball 1 there on the outside corner here to Charlie Blackmon, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Charlie hitting .327 on the year. Kirby working nice and fast here. Swing and a miss on a silly swing there. Got him out in front, kind of swinging oddly. I'm blaming Charlie's beard for not seeing that one clearly. Outside, ball 2. But I just don't think that you want your city to be that your city has to be that. And there's ways to kind of try to deal with it in a little bit more creative function. Another really nice moving slider there by Kirby, and just gets down to the inside part of the plate. He's going to bury that out, foul. 2-2 now. Kirby's just really locked in this inning. You can tell with the speed that he's pitching right now, just a beautiful pitch there, 95 mile an hour inside at the knees. Charlie Blackmon finds a way to just foul that one off. But Kirby's in right now. He's loaded. Hit. High. Foul. Keep it 2-2. Blackmon doing a good job of staying alive here on some tough pitches. Mariners up 5-1. 2 outs here for the Rockies. Top of the 6th inning. Kirby rolls those shoulders. Gets himself set. Slider with a heavy amount of movement is going to be hit high into the air, as we've seen a couple times here. Wong right under it. He's going to make the catch. Out number 3. So we move into the middle of the 6th inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Colorado Rockies. They keep only 1 run on the board on 4 hits here. Kirby weaving himself a little mini masterpiece here. Megan says the food in LA was one of the few things I enjoyed about my month there. Understandable. I was impressed too, Megan. Coming out of Spokane down there, I was like, oof. I went to a good Italian place. Oof. It was awesome. I was reminded of what I'm missing. Sam the Great says, as much as I love Seattle, nothing beats Southern California in the food department. It's true. San Diego was the same way when I lived there. The food is just le magnifica. La magnifica. It's too delicious. Tommy says, y'all should try Houston or some southern states sometime. Anywhere from Texas to Florida's grubbing. I've heard that as well. That's a bucket list. I got a buddy out in Florida who's trying to get me out there to visit at some point. Maybe once they're not under 4 feet of water. Nitro Hawk, what's the most overrated city in America? I'm going to say this is my bold take on this one, and I feel pretty strongly about this. I haven't been to a lot of Midwest cities, but then a lot of Midwest cities have a lot of like high profile, this is the best of the best, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to give you a name of one that I think is, to me, my number one, and that's New York City. I think New York City is the most overrated place. I lived there for 4 months, and was not impressed. The food sucked. The people are sad and stressed out, overworked. There's too many people living on top of people. There's bars on every window because babies used to just fall out of windows all the time there. There's dog poo all across the streets. It's not good. All right, here comes Hangman up to the boat plate now, drawing a quick 1-0 count here. Swings and hits that foul. 1-1. Kelenic, of course, 4 home runs in 4 straight games. He's got 2 strikeouts here to start things out in this game. He's been pitched very tough in this game, very carefully. This ball hit on the ground to the left side. This is going to get down for a base hit. Kelenic continues to swing a hot bat and continues to show a great ability to go oppo. Go with the pitch. Don't try to just pull everything and yank everything. Work with the pitch. And that's what he does here. Gets it out on the outside part of the plate and just doesn't try to do too much with it. Level stroke, goes right with it. Ball gets down, base hit. Nicely done by Kelenic, who continues to swing an absolutely red-hot bat. That's a 9-game hitting streak for Jared Kelenic. Let's go. Let's go. Lovely job there. He's been pitched tough tonight, too. It ain't been easy. This ball hit foul here. First pitch swinging. A.J. Pollock now up to the plate. A guy who has definitely been struggling pretty much. He had the 2 home run game, but outside of that, it's been a struggle for Mr. Pollock here. He was supposed to be your splits guy, wasn't he? Supposed to be the guy that just absolutely slayed left-handed pitching, and he's not been able to do that up until this point. He's going to get himself into a 1-1 count here. I'll get Megan a mod. I'll make Megan a mod right now. I've been forgetting to do it. It's good time anyway. Get on my thing here. I forget. I got a lot of stuff, you know. A lot of things. A lot of stuff. Let's turn that down. 2-1 pitch here to AJ Pollock. Batted foul. Nice pitch with a lot of movement there by the lefty. A lot of good movement there by the lefty. There we go. I got you, Megs. I should have you up there now. 2-2 pitch here to AJ Pollock. Ooh, got it on his hands again there. Long way to run. Right fielder gets to it. That was the most low-key catch by the right fielder there. He just sort of he knew exactly how fast he had to run to get there just at the time he did for a very tough catch. But he wasn't sprinting full out when the ball was hit. He just kind of lollygag, he's kind of half speeding it through there a little bit, and then he just suddenly decides to jump in and make the grab. That threw me off. It threw Kelenic off too, because I think he thought that was going to land. My stream just biffed on me here. So it should make it. Let me know if it doesn't show it, but it should show you is now a mod on the deal. Open. Where'd my stream go? Come on. Come back. Because I went live on everything there. Hi, kitty. Come on. Sorry, folks. My stream just gave me a biffed out on me here a little bit. So we'll get the kitty cam going. We'll make this a kitty cam for the moment here. There's no room for you to get up on my shoulder. You're not doing the baby thing right now. You're not doing the baby thing. Oh, no. I can't do it. Please don't fight me on this. Don't bite me on this. Okay, something happened to my stream. Just a sec. Folks, sorry, we've got technical difficulties. Do I not have anything going on here? What's going on? Let's just redo this thing. About due to need to get a new laptop here. This thing is just about done-ski. Man. My comp just went toadsed out on me. Cat, okay. What are we doing? She wants her love. She wants her love, man. Yeah, sorry guys. My deal's being weird right now for some reason. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but it's like, what is going on with this system here? Okay. We'll just watch it another way. Drives me crazy with this going on like this sometimes. Let's go over here. Okay. So I can get my stuff back here and go this route with it. All right, so we got first and third. Mariners up 5-1 here. Sorry, I got a little bit of a, don't know exactly what just happened here to get us to the first and third situation. Looks like Wong got on board, so that's good to see. One out. J.P. Crawford up to the plate. Julio Rodriguez looming on deck. Suter is up to 27 pitches here, the lefty. Crawford's not done great against lefties as of recently, so this is kind of a tougher matchup here for him. Two and 0. Outside. The pitcher, Suter didn't like that call, did the pitcher there? He wanted the strike. It was nibbling right out on the black. Did look like a strike on the very tippy edge of it. Didn't get the call. So 2-0 here for Croft. Low ball 4. Crawford draws his second walk of the game. And the Mariners are again going to bring Julio Rodriguez up to the plate with the bases loaded. He was able to clear the board last time with a triple down the line. And certainly the head ball coach there for the Rockies is not going to let a lefty-righty matchup go on with Julio at this point in time in this game. So he's going to, especially with Suter sort of struggling to find his spot here just a little bit. Garth Knight says, Brando, do you need mods in here? I pledge myself to the cause if necessary. I appreciate that, Garth. I'll definitely bring you on board if I do need so. We're doing okay at the moment, I think, but I'll expand if we need to. And we'll look at getting you in. Brian, I forgot I have a Kirby in fantasy. Hopefully he keeps this up. Well, it's only got, I believe, 73 pitches on the game so far. So Brian Schaefer says, didn't realize Wong was still playing. Thought he was still laying it first since 2013. You got me in a Veneta kind of mood. You tell the angels in heaven, you seen evil so singularly personified as you did in the face of the man who killed you. My name is Vincent Giancotti. Julio swings the first pitch. 0-1 there. Nice little slider. I guess they're going to stick with the lefty. Wow, I give them credit here. They're going to keep the lefty out there and Suter to go up against Julio here. And Julio not able to get a good swing on that one, really. Might be a double play ball. Not quite. Second baseman was struggling to get the ball out of his glove. Julio just barreling down the line, down that line of scrimmage, down the base pad. It's tough when you go from football to baseball this quickly in these streams. Terminology seems to overlap a little bit. Just couldn't get the weird throw there. Like he threw it and like spun. What was he doing there? Was it just, can you challenge that? Like, did he ever really fully come up with the control of that? He probably did enough there. It was really on probably the point where he's trying to throw the ball. So 2 outs, but the runner does score 6-1 now. Runners on first and third, and Ty France, the man who is always constantly quickly hit here. That's not him sitting too far on the inside of the plate either. That's just right up into the armor there on his left arm. So now the bases will go back to being loaded here. Mariners are looking to put this game out of reach with just a base hit. That's why they wear that armor. France doesn't even feel it. Suter just not quite on it this inning with his pitches. Interesting that they've kind of stuck with him this long, but maybe the Rockies kind of look at this game as not likely to be a winnable one anyway, so why why burn out the bullpen anymore, but they're going to finally have to call the day on this one as the pitching coach comes out and he's going to make himself a change. Understandable. The kid just didn't have it tonight there. Garden Knight says, when it comes to Italian food, I just don't see what beats the old spaghetti factory. I don't know, man. When you go to one of those places, I went to LA where it's like, one of those places that doesn't look like all that. It doesn't, it's not a fancy schmancy looking place on the outside, but the food is just legit. There's no question in that respect of things. Megan says, I was going to say New York City too, B. No desire to visit there. Yeah, me neither. Let me know, Megan, if the mod thing should be setting in for you now. So let me know if it didn't on my side of it. It's overrated. I was hyped up on New York in a way, and I think it's kind of an unimpressive city overall, unfortunately. Just don't think it's all that. I don't think it's got all that much to really. I'm not really Eastern guy though. I'm a West Coast guy all the way too. I don't get the East Coast is just, they're all stressed out over there. They need to get a little more laid back like we are on the West Coast. Even the Midwest people are way more laid back. Metro Rock says, yeah, I kind of New York. I kind of New York would pick New York City. Yeah. You would pick New York City. Yeah, I was not impressed with my 4 months there. I didn't have bad experience. I just was unimpressed with it. I'd been hyped so much on that city and what it was, and I just kind of came away with it going, it's kind of dirty, kind of overpacked. The food's not very good. There's some stuff to do. Museums are cool. There's definitely some sights to see. Megan says, by the way, not many people get to call me Megs, as it was my grandfather's nickname for my grandmother, but you are one of the few B at the Crow's Nest. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate you letting me. It just naturally slips out that way too, Oh, now it does show. It wasn't showing for me a second ago there, Megan. All right. Eugenio Suarez steps up to the plate, takes the first pitch, strike from Connor Seabass. Eugenio started things off in this game with an opposite field home run. Ooh, comes up and hits Eugenio up in the arm here. Almost the exact same place that Ty France got hit. And he'll take first base. So the Mariners will also score a run, as this will drive home a run on the forced. And again, just like with Ty France, right up in the armor of that left shoulder there. We know why they wear that stuff. And that's a pure, Eugenio wasn't crowding the plate. The pitch just got away from the guy. Cal Raleigh steps back up the plate now. He's batting from the left-hand side. Bases loaded. Ball one, low. Raleigh 1 for 3 with a single in the fourth and a run. Mariners have felt like the last couple innings, they've just lived with the bases loaded. 1-0 pitch here. 2 men out. Raleigh gets under this one, swings at a pitch probably about 2 inches off the plate. This will get back into the stands. Raleigh's still a little wild this year so far with his swing choices. Yeah, everything gets a little too meaty for him at times. Hi, Kitty. We can't do the thing where you're trying to lay up here. Okay, we can do it, but you're gonna have to do it in this arm. I know you like the left arm. Okay. We'll do the left arm. It has to be the left arm? Okay. Outside. 2-1. You guys are going to have to deal with the cat and the cries for a second. She hasn't seen me all week. I've been gone, so I've been streaming all day today too. So she's going, win me. Win my time. Mark Garbercorn, what's up, man? It's good to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. Raleigh hits this one foul. Another pitch that was even more further outside than the other pitch. Come on, Cal. You could have had this count. You could have had basically a walk at this point. You could have walked in a batter. Very much a free swinger still at the plate as this young kid. Of course, Megan. Yes, I know. Inside, ball 3. Make him throw you a strike. I know you need to protect here, but make him throw you a strike. Megan says, no Cosell today, B. We'll leave it at your voice. You're going after 4 hours over the Hawks Nest. I'll maybe do it on the ninth inning closeout, Megan. I'll try to do maybe on that, but it's definitely the voice is struggling today. That's for sure. All right, 3-2 pitch here to Cal. Runners are going to be running. Cal swings, had a nice good swing on it, batted it foul. He hits a double in the gap, something like that here. That's going to score easily 3 runs with the runners going on the pitch. I think the Rocky pitchers have too many mustaches on their staff. If we're going to look and really try to pinpoint their base issues, way too many porn stashes. 3-2 delivery here to Cal. Again, gets under it. Again, probably swings at a pitch that would have been a ball. He goes over there and asks the umpire. Umpire looked like he kind of nodded like maybe he was going to call that a strike, but I don't think the umpire would have called that a strike. There's 3 pitches in this at bat alone that Cal swung at that are out of the zone. Tommy says, I missed it. My anniversary tonight, so I had to skip one and chose M-Stream for a changeup. Well, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you doing that, brother. I know how it goes, I know how it goes when you got those special nights. So I appreciate you checking out the places you can. I'm glad your better half's allowing it, understanding the passion, All right, here comes Raleigh now. 3-2 pitch. Bases loaded. Mariners up 7-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Just got a little bit on that pitch. Just barely got a bit of that pitch and fouled it back. Raleigh staying alive here. Staying alive. Staying alive. Huh? Come on, Rawls. Taps the plate, leans down, stretches out that back a little bit here now. 3-2 pitch here to Cal Raleigh. Runners going with a pitch. Low and inside. That will be ball 4. Mariners showing a good job tonight with the patience at the plate. That is their 5th walk of the game today. A nice job by Raleigh there, who had a few pitches on that where he was definitely swinging at stuff that wasn't maybe necessarily right in the zone. Found his way. Big Country, what's up, brother? He says, Bud Black's a horrible manager. I would probably agree with that. All right, Teoscar Hernandez up to the plate. Swings through a 93-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside portion. 0-1. Teoscar 1 for 3 here. Strike 2. Oscar's had a real tough night here at the plate. Seems like every time he's been up, he's been in an 0-2 hole. It's a strike right at the top of the zone. Just kind of swung underneath the pitch a little bit there. 2 career grand slams for Teoscar. 0-2 pitch outside, ball 1. Sam the Great says, Phoenix a hidden gem. I love me some Phoenix. I lived a year in Tempe. 1-2 pitch here for Teoscar. Swung at a ball well out of the zone. Just got the bat on the ball, Tommy says, it's the dives, man. Go to a taco dive where they don't speak English and they have no menus. That's where the real food is. I'll have to take your word for it. I missed out on New York. I tried a lot of places, though. I tried dives. I tried good spots. Nothing resonated, really. 1-2 pitch here to Teoscar. Good job of staying alive. A little bit outside the zone. That's close enough. You probably got to swing at that. Every which way but Wong. Duran Ever says they're going to hit all our batters. They're trying to, I guess. 1-2 pitch to Teoscar. Again, gets just enough on it to bat it foul. Staying alive. Mariners up 8-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Hidaka says, shoot, I could have gone to this game. What are you kicking yourself now? Sam the Great says, nothing beats the West Coast. From Seattle to San Diego. Agreed. I'm a big pro West Coast guy in a variety of ways. 1-2 count. Staying alive again. Gnarly little bit of breaking ball there. And Teoscar just hung in there. He kept that front shoulder locked in. Didn't get out flailing there on that. Good at bat here from Teoscar. One-two pitch. And again, batted foul. He's just a little bit underneath the ball right now. Just a shade underneath the ball. One-two. Hit it on the ground. Fair. Third baseman not able to come up with it, and the runner will score. He dived for it, knocked the ball down, but we're able to create another run there. And the Mariners continue to celebrate with a 9-1 opening here on this Rockies team. Well hit there not really well hit. He just drug it down the line. And the third baseman had a long way to go to try to get that. I think even if he gets it cleanly, I don't think he's got to play. That's such a far throw to have to make across the field at that point. So the Mariners just playing tack on here, and oh, here we go. The hangman steps up to the plate. Jared Kelenic. Already a base hit in this game to extend his hitting streak. 4 games in a row with a home run. Stepping up now, taking 1-0 with a pitch off the plate. He has been locked in, loaded, and ready for bear. What you got now, Jared? 1-0. Can he continue to keep the home run streak alive? The 1-0 pitch. Strike. Nice little pitch. Not giving in. Won't give him that fastball. Comes back again with a breaking ball. 1-1. Kelenic 3 for 7 in this series. Bases loaded. 2 men out. 9-1 Mariners, bottom of the 6th. Here's the delivery. Batted foul. 1-2. See what Jared's looking for here. I think you got to look breaking ball on 1-2 now. Oh, they came back fastball. And Jared just swung right through it, and he cusses because I'm sure he was looking for the breaking ball like I was too. And all right, here we go. So damage done, though. Mariners able to get well out ahead in this game, and with Kirby still with a very low pitch count, relatively speaking here. What is he at? Not many. Let's just say that. He's at like about 73 pitches. So in a good position here. Duran says trading back with the Raiders. I could see the Raiders liking Will Levis enough to do that. I could see it too, Duran. You know, and it'd be interesting to see what the return would be on that from 5 to 7. Very, very interesting to see what you'd be pulling out if you're Seattle, if you're able to go that route with it. You take a little jump back, still able to get a great player and pick up an extra pick, Drawn. It's not a bad way to go at all. E-markers, how's it going? They're just giving us free runs. That's right, they are. Tommy says somebody has to trade up for one of these quarterbacks, either with us or the Cardinals is my guess. Me too, Tommy. It does feel like that right now. And the Cardinals are trying like desperate, you know? Cardinals are just that, you know, they're just that person at the dance that's just trying to find any suitor they can. You? They're the Cardinals are the sketch of remember the SNL sketch with Will Ferrell and the other guy where they're doing the dance like this, right? And they're on the dance floor and they're like, you okay. You want to? Here we go. Let's do it. Okay. No. Remember that? And they start trying to dance with a girl and then just freak her out. And just that's the Cardinals right now with that pick. That's what they're trying to do with that pick. They're just like, want a draft pick? We'll give it to you right now. You like it. What do you think? Be the best draft pick ever if you took it. Huh? What do you say? Want to dance? Want to dance with the Cardinals? Want to dance with the Cardinal right now? And everybody's like, no, not particularly. No. You can't make out Mariners just walking home this inning. They are just why. They're going to give us the free base paths. We'll take them every time. No doubt. Hit my man. Walk him. We don't care. We'll win either way. More runs than you. That's how you win Major League Baseball. I guess they don't know that in Colorado. Too high in the sky, I guess. Got opening a little bit of a seeing eye base hit up the middle here. Just sort of a worm burner. Nitro Hawk says, I'm convinced Brandon's lived in half the states. I got a lot of them under my belt. I've been around. I've been around the block a few times. Okay. Nobody out here. First pitch swinging for Ryan McMahon, and he'll hit that foul. I am a true journeyman. Truly. I've probably done that good. I got about 12. I got about 12 states under my belt. Garth, West Coast is the best coast. Not even close. West side. Oh, one pitch here outside, 1-1. Gar says Brando would broadcast Hawks and M's from a fallout bunker in Wyoming if necessary. I would. All I need is my internet speed, Garth, and I'm good to go. I'll do this anywhere. I'll take this show on the road anywhere. It's the traveling Hawks Nest show, traveling Crow's Nest. Hits this ball up in the air here on 1-1 count. Let's see if this will remain playable. It's close, and it does. Raleigh able to track it through just casually over there. Picks it up. D-Necker says, can't believe the Warriors just lost game 1. Boy, I wish that we had the Sonics. I do too, man. I do too. Tommy says, well, we have the Gulf and the white sand beaches. Yeah, but even that, Tommy, it's got all that oil that they put out, and that you got all those oil leaks out there with all those pipelines and the offshore stuff. So when you're like out there in the ocean, it's like you're just bathing in oil. Yeah. I mean, it looks white sand, but yeah. Only because they clean the oil out of it. 1-0 here to Elias Diaz. One man down, one man on first. Down and low. Ball 2. I got to check out the South a little bit more roundly. I kind of do pass that one off. I give the South a bad name, but I haven't taken my time to really go through the South as much. Someday I'll make a pilgrimage through there. Ball 3. Come on, Curbs. Make him swing the bat. Make him swing the bat, buddy. Strike. Nice pitch there. Get him in there. DK says, what's my favorite walk-in line, Brando? Mine is yawn from Batman Returns. That ball's hit fair down the line. This is going to be extra bases. And it's probably going to score one here. Kelenic's up with it. He gets it into Crawford. Crawford looks to throw it in. They're going to hold the runner there, second and third now. Or nope, he brought the runner in. So runner does score, 2-9 Rockies. Falling behind, got to give him some good pitches at that point. And he has a good hitter, put that right down the line. So, and he left it way too high there, did Kirby. That kid might be getting a little bit tired here as we get into the top of the seventh here. That ball starts to elevate. You start to wonder that a little bit yeah. And he's going to come out and make the pitching change. If I'm doing the same thing if I'm service there. He looks a little bit tired. It's been a good pitch game. Let's not kill this. He got through the sick. You're fine with it. Let's go. The one line somebody mentioned above, DK, from True Romance, you tell all the angels. Let me get the line right. Just a second. I'll try to do the whole bit if I can find the line. I do like his whole thing on the deal where he's, I'm a Sicilian, and my old man was the world heavyweight champion of Sicilian liars. And from growing up with him, I learned the pantomime. Now, 17 different things a guy can do when he lies to give himself away. A guy has 17 pantomimes. A woman's got 20, but a guy's got 17. And if you know him, like you know your own face, they beat a lie detector all the hell. What we got here is a little game of show and tell. You don't want to show me nothing, but you're telling me everything. I know you know where they are. So tell me, before I do some damage, you don't walk away from. I like that whole bit. Again, that's to me, though, DK, is one of my all-time favorite. That is my all-time favorite scene in cinema, is the Walken Dennis Hopper scene between the two, because you have a marrying of absolutely fantastic director, great acting, great writing, beautiful, wonderfully performed all the way around. Even Gandolfini's in the scene as just a sort of secondary guy. So, that to me is the one from a scene start to finish that will always be one of my best. So you could take almost any part of that interaction between those two guys and it's like giving some of those renowned actors of the 50s or whatever, Olivier Shakespeare is like the equivalent to me in the modern age almost, with those guys doing those scenes at that time. Oh, 1 swing and a miss here. 1-1 as the Mariners do make a pitching change now with one man down. Runner on second, scored one run here. Alejandro Montero, who's 1 for 2 in this game, is up at the plate. Murphy strikes him out. Quick little 1-3 pitch strikeout there for Penn Murphy. Righty, and gets him on that. Nicely done. Penn with some heavy sweeping motion there. The batter just did not pick up that pitch cleanly at all. Just a funky little swing. That was functified. Strike. Looked a little bit high. And boy, Jonathan Daza's got to be frustrated. He's had a couple of high strike pitches today. And the coach is mouthing off too over on the side. He's had a couple of pitches high that he's not been happy with as Daza. And he got another one there. I kind of wonder if Blue gave him that one for giving him the look back, kind of showing him up on the last at bat. 0-1, sweeping slider. Oh, he did it to him again. Umpire is definitely punishing Daza for showing him up on the last at bat. Daza gave him a long look back and barked at him. We also saw one of the coaches on the bullpen get rung up. 0-2. And that ball will be far out of the zone for 1 and 2. So the Major League umpires is as punitive as you will find in all of Major League sports. I think only basketball officiating is more punitive. 1-2 pitch here to Jonathan Daza. Swing, hit off the edge of the bat. Crawford there, he'll pick it clean. That'll be out number 3. And we will move to the middle of the 7th with only 1 run off the board. Mariners hold tight here, 9-2. And yeah, good job by Wu-Tang. Well said. George Kirby was nails today. Gave you exactly the type of pitching performance you're hoping he's going to be capable in giving you this year. 6 1/3 inning, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Didn't mess around as he got the lead. Went after these guys. You liked what you saw out of him here today, and you hope he can continue to build off of this performance. Very, very impressive was Kirby today. Tom Eden says Hopper was so good too. I mean, both legends in that one. Both legends, and they were aware, right, Tommy? It wasn't 2 guys that were at the end of their acting career who were kind of mailing in a performance. Like we've certainly seen many of these actors at this time who, you know the type, who they never turn down any role now. They make 15 movies a year. That was the one where both of those 2 guys, and they both talked about it because both of them were asked about it in interviews afterwards. And both of them seemed to have the sort of gravitas of understanding that moment and that kind of scene and what they could do with it and how they could play it up off of each other in the way that they did, you know, and they took it and they chewed the scenery with those words in the most beautiful fashion. And Hopper was fantastic. He plays that scene and he's got to go through a couple of emotions. I mean, there's one motion where he's got to, you know, he's in pain. He's a little fearful and he doesn't know what's kind of going on. And then he sort of comes to the understanding throughout the scene as you're seeing him going through the dialogue, but he's coming through with the emotion of coming to his peace with knowing that he's not walking out of that scene alive, that he's going to be to protect his son, to protect this wayward son of his, that they haven't had this, to do this thing and to do what a father must do at that moment. He's got to do what he's going to have to do. And you see him making that peace with it as he's having the dialogue, which matches up crisply with how he's acting with it, which just makes it an amazing scene. DK says, remember any walk-in lines from View to Kill or Batman Returns? Not necessarily. Outside pitch here to AJ Pollock, 1-0 here. Pollock 0 for 1 with a flyout in the 6th inning. Again, nothing's coming to mind in that respect of things. I did remember him in that. He was good in Batman Returns. Ball will be hit foul. View to Kill's too long. It's been a while since I've gone back to see that one, DK. I wasn't as much a fan of the Roger Moore Bond iterations. I kind of see him as one of the more weaker overall Bonds. It's hard to kind of take him seriously for me. 1-1 for Pollock. Outside, ball 2. He's got a couple of good ones. They weren't all bad. Tommy says it's like the Dirty Desmond Legends all around. Jesse Lund. Oh, snap. Look who found your M's channel. What's up, Jesse? Jesse Lund in the house. So glad you found him, man. Welcome aboard. Pollock gets on top of this one, sends it for a little bit of a ride, but to the deepest portion of the park. And that'll be flied out. 1 man down. DK did have a nice interview with Colin Cowherd. Very impressive interview. Tommy says The Deer Hunter, another good film. Another film with one of those scenes that's an all-time scene. The Russian roulette scene. It's a good one. 2 bullets. 2 bullets. 2 bullets. Fastball down the middle to Colton Wong here, who is 0 for 2, though he did draw a walk, and he does have 2 runs in this game. See if Colton can get himself a base hit here. He is hitting right at 100 on the season. Strike 2. Looks at two fastballs. I don't know what you're looking for there. I guess he's sitting on breaking pitch. High, ball 1. Jesse, is Kirby still serving? I left home 30 minutes ago and he was on cruise control. Nah, he was kind of, I think he kind of topped out, got a little tired there at the top of the 7th inning. Service recognized it. And after a quick run given up, he, boy, Wong not able to hold back his swing there, and he's going to... Wong swings at the Wong pitch. He didn't Wong to swing. He Wong to not swing. But what are you going to do? So yeah, he was getting a little tired, and the ball was starting to elevate in the zone. And Service caught it quick. Jesse, he jumped all over it where he was starting to recognize it, and smart on Service to do. They brought in Penn Murphy, and then Murphy kind of closed things up, but got himself into a tiny bit of trouble there at the top of that last inning, and Service recognized it well. Good call there by Service. 1-1 count here to Crawford. D Nuggets' Bobby Onsherm was good too. I think I saw a little bit of that. I got to catch the whole part of that interview. This ball hit, and it's going to get down by Crawford. Gets another base hit in this game, going opposite way for a second time in this game for base hit. Nice job. Not doing too much with it. Just an inside-out swing there. He's shaking his hands. It's a cold night. Probably hurt his hands there. That's why you inside out it. And you're driving, you're kind of sub-driving it to left field there, but it's right on your hands on a cold night. And boy, that wrings those hands, especially those wood bats. It's a metal bat you can kind of deal with a little bit, but those wood bats will sting the hands a little bit. And up comes Julio Rodriguez now. Julio cleared the deck back earlier in this game with a triple, having the bases loaded. He's 1 for 4. 4 RBIs in this game. 258 on the year, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Continues to look really good. Nice pitch there. Does not get the call. Boy, if I am Bud Black, I am a little annoyed tonight at the zone. I am a little bit like, yo, why are you giving their guys the calls and my guys not? 2-0 count here to Julio. See if he doesn't load up here. Another nice pitch there. Strike. Seabold did not give in. Came back with that breaking ball at the top of the zone inside. Great pitch on a 2-0 pitch. That was gnarly. 2-1. 2 men out. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Another slider. Seabold not giving in on the fastball. Julio looked like he might have been looking fastball there a little bit by the nature of that swing. You got to be looking, I think, breaking ball here, don't you? He's been just beefing on it in this at bat. Fastball fooled the hell out of me too, Julio. Golly. That's baseball for you. That's the chess match sometimes. Beautiful pitch, and Seabold pitched Julio brilliantly there. Not just from the choice of pitch, but he put that fastball in the black on the outside part of the plate. Devo says, wow, Wong crazy. Great Country says, is it wild to say Kirby reminds me of Greg Maddux? I could see some of that. I mean, he had that game a couple years ago, right, where he started out Big Country, 26 straight pitches in the game for a strike. And that's certainly something right out of Greg Maddox's game. You know, that he's not walking you. He's going to hit his spots. And when he's on, you know, he's on. He's going to hit his spots almost pinpoint. You say that about pitchers a lot, but it's truly pinpoint with these guys when they're in that mode. Kirby, I think, definitely has way more plus stuff than Maddux in the realm of that, you know, that overpowering nature that he can bring to play that Maddux could never bring. Maddux was just going to use movement and work those spots and really work the weaknesses of the hitter zones to the utmost. But from a control angle and from working various places in the zone and being able to not just have to, you know, go to just kind of one area in the zone you're looking to hit and hammer and be accurate in that in doing so. I could see some of that. Sure. Jesse Lund says Murphy's been pretty good this year. He has. strong against these right-handers, and that's what we want him to be. Is that kind of sub sidearm kind of guy with that slider on that sidearm kind of delivery. That's beautiful against those right-handed hitters, and they struggle with that at times. So good to see him eating against those guys properly as well. Tommy says Kurt Schilling maybe for Kirby. I think I'm maybe like a combo of a Kurt Schilling and a Maddox. I do like the Big Country's Maddox deal. It's like a Maddox kind of plus because I don't know if there's a pure comp for him that comes to mind to me because he's a power pitcher with some control. And Schilling I would put into that realm. I would definitely put Schilling in that realm and being that kind of guy. Kind of an amalgamation between Maddox and Schilling. How about that? And Murphy's going to come back out now. Quickly go into 1-1 count against Ezekiel Tovar. Top of the 8th inning. Mariners up 9-2. Murphy is going to be here with his 10th pitch here on the next one. Ball's hit foul. Jesse says, plus you got to love Penn's moxie. Dude has a little bad boy in him. He does. He kind of goes, I like that he goes after guys. I like my guys out of the pen. No pun intended. I like my guys out of the pen to be, don't mess around. Don't walk guys. Come after them. Challenge them. And you're righty on righty. Come at, bring that sweeping slider. Bring what you come in to win with. And he's now into a 3-2 count here with Tovar. Don't be walking this guy here, Penn. But I do like how he gets after it too. He will challenge. He'll come inside too as well. Got a little bit of that dog on him as well. He ain't scared about that. Ball hit foul, 3-2 still. Tommy Eden, we've had some great at-bats tonight, man. Guys, especially staying alive. Just not trying to do too much with the pitches. And that's at the expense sometimes of the power, but then that's also the uptick of not striking out as much. Inside, Tovar able to draw an opening walk here. Don't like to see that. You still did strike out 9 times tonight so far, but you have drawn 5 walks on the other side of it. Big Country best game this year when it comes to plate discipline? I'd agree. Best one I've seen so far too, yeah. Outside, ball 1 to Jackson Profar here. Murphy a little bit struggling here to find the zone. Come on, buddy. I just gave you props for hitting the zone. You got a 9-2 thing. This is where pitchers like, don't overthink yourself here. You got a 9-2 lead. Come after it. Strike. There we go. Get their bats off their shoulders and get them swinging the bat. Don't be messing about now. Don't you mess about now. Murphy comes set, 1-1. Slider's getting a little bit dodgy for him here on his feel for it. Swing and a miss. Slider got through on that one. Big bender there. 2-2. Swing. Did he get it? Did he go? Strike 3. They're going to say he went. Another big bending slider there by Murphy. Went all the way inside with some depth on the left-handed Profar. Well inside, but he had started his swinging motion and just could not keep it pulled back. Nice job there by Murphy against the lefty. 1 man down, runner on first. Quick, snappy slider here to Chris Bryant, and that'll be a strike on that black inside part of the plate. Hit foul. 0-2. Michael says, not my boy Kirby. Kirby holding it down tonight, Michael. Holding it down. 0-2 now to Chris. Murphy kicks at the dirt. Twists back his back a little bit to loosen it on up. Tickles the ball in his hand and comes set. Slider inside, ball one. Probably be Murphy's last batter here. Ball down in the dirt. He's definitely throwing it with some snappiness. He's right on that line between overthrowing it and just throwing it right at that perfect spot where you're getting just the kind of movement you want, or you're getting a little bit too much movement and losing your control at the expense of the control. 2-2 to Chris Bryant now. Swing and a miss. Another street swiping, sliding slider. It went across both lanes of traffic, and Chris Bryant could not get the plate coverage to get over there and touch it. Strike three. 2 men down. Penn Murphy doing a good job. You give him one more, maybe go one more batter here. Liking that at that point, even with the lefty up here. You're up 9-2. Probably a little less caring if your service on these little points where you might flip them out if it was a little bit closer game. Ball one outside here. Charlie Blackmon up for the Rockies. 0 for 3 in this game. Swing and hit foul, 1-1. One pitch. Hit high, deep. Looks like it's going to carry into the stands, though. Foul. 1-2. Jesse Lund says, holy S, it's Brandon Goldsmith. Who's Brandon Goldsmith? One-two pitch. Let's see if Murphy can close this down. Oh, hit him on the ankles. That's not going to do it. Aaron Goldsmith is the great young announcer we got. Oh, Brandon I got you, Jesse. Thank you, man. Sorry. I'm slow today. I had the long Hawk stream today, so I definitely, brain's getting a little mushy. I'll take that. I'll take that all day. He's great. I love Goldsmith, man. I like that he gets hyped. Not fake hype, he gets actual hype. Two outs. 2 runners on. CJ Crone batting cleanup up to the plate. Strike down Main Street there. Crone, 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 runs. 0-1 count. Swing and a miss. Another nasty slider there. Quickly 0-2. No doubt coming back with a slider here. See if we can get him to swing something out of the zone. Get the balls to come back with the fastball. Nope. Slider through the end of the zone. Strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Murphy there. Another street sweeper. Nothing you can do about it. It looks like it's coming on the inside part of the plate off of his hand. It ends up 4, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches outside. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Props to Murphy. Yeah. Great job by Murphy there. Look, it's a 9-2 game. This ain't close as this is right now, but you still feel Awesome about him coming in there and just help, sealing things up there for Kirby, hold it down then and just keeping this thing on point. We didn't want to get too deep into this bullpen tonight. I didn't feel like, especially after last night, we kind of went there a little earlier. So good to see. Well done indeed. Chrono says, I'm so glad Goldsmith chose to stay in Seattle this offseason. Me too, man. Me too. I like him. I do like him a lot. Wujang says, Murph's still a real one when he's not overused. That's for sure. Can't overuse him. Gotta kind of spot him up a little bit there, but it's the nice part about our bullpen is when it's running full steam, especially. That's where we're able to usually get that done in that way. One sec, folks. I'll be right back here. Just get a little bit of water. All right, thanks for hanging on there with me, folks. And if you do like what you're listening to tonight, do me a favor, please hit that like button for me. I would really do appreciate it. Ty France up the plate. He's going to hit this pitch foul. He's got a 2-1-2-2 count here on him. Ty 0 for 3 in this game, though he was hit by a pitch, keeping the things rolling there. A couple of innings ago, as the Mariners were really playing the tack-on game, we got Big Diesel working his magic out there in the bullpen right now. Ty 1 for 6 in this series. Ooh, almost got hit again. Ty just has like a magnet on him for a baseball. He'll definitely be willing at times to crowd the plate a little bit, but there's other times where that ball just gets up inside on him, and pitchers just, he earns those hits. It ain't a lot. It matter of him being just too much inside. You can see it on this one. His foot's 5-6 inches off the plate there. He ain't on top of the plate necessarily. He can step into it sometimes, but he'll draw a walk here. Johnson for Rockies just not quite got a feel for it on that opening man of this inning. Jesse says that foul ball the other day even flew straight at Ty. Laughed my ass off. Yeah, it did. All right, Eugenio up here. He's going to take a first pitch strike on a slider by Johnson. Eugenio kicked this whole thing off with a home run here early on in this game. Also been hit by a pitch. Swing and a miss on another slider there. 0-2 here to Eugenio. Yeah, he gets you contagious. You can tell when it's real and when it isn't, Jesse. You know when people are really excited about this stuff or not, you know. Eugenio hitting 300 with 2 home runs on the year. Takes high ball 1 there on that fastball. See if he can keep his run this year. Suarez of 30 home runs a season as he has like the last 4 years or something. 1-2. Good eye. Good job of holding up on that swing there and drawing this count 2-2 now. Knock foul. Mariners doing a great job tonight, staying alive. Yeah, there's some strikeouts tonight, but as I think Big Country mentioned earlier, this is as good a night as you've seen them in controlling the zone, and especially keeping, tough pitches. Just get the bat on the ball, batted foul, stay alive. Just did it there. Check swing. It's a tough pitch. Find a way to get the ball in the bat, stay alive rather than swinging through with the swing from the back of your ankles. Nice approach tonight by the Mariner batters. That's why you got these 9 runs. 2-2 pitch. Oh, he got a good one there. 95 mile an hour down the middle, and Eugenio wants another one. He wants another bite at that apple. That was right there for him and Meaty. D-boy, what's up, man? It's good to see you. How you doing? 2-2 pitch. Oh, Joey just got enough of it. He just barely got enough of that one to knock it out of the catcher's glove. Johnson takes every last second of that pitching clock. See, some of these pitchers will sit there and they'll just stand on the rubber and just wait down the clock as far as they can, almost like they're just holding the batter. And that's definitely, Johnson certainly just takes his time. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on a slider. Nothing, it's a good pitch there. A lot of movement on that pitch, and Eugenio just got a little bit underneath that. Tomorrow's starters, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got Luis Castillo, 1-0 with a 1.02 ERA, a 17 strike to 4 walk, going up against Noah Davis, AAA guy being raised up by the Rockies. So maybe potentially the Mariners going to go for a sweep there tomorrow. This ball batted foul by Cal Raleigh. Strike 1. Raleigh 1 for 3 with a single walk, RBI, and a run. Takes strike 2 and a gnarly little pitch there on the outside part of the plate. He wasn't looking for that breaking ball. He was thinking he was getting something else. Well, Raleigh's been a little bit off. He's carved off some good at-bats tonight. But I don't know if he's quite been as on it tonight necessarily. And Holt manages to hold up there on 0-2 for 1-2. One and two now from Raleigh. Batted again, foul. Yeah, another nice pitch there. It's probably sitting on a breaking ball, so that was him with more of a defensive swing than it would look normally for a pitch coming down the middle. Well, he got a pretty good pitch to hit there. Mariners 27-25 all time against the Rockies. Swing and a miss. Another man goes down. 2 up, 2 down with the strikeouts in this inning. Another nice pitch by Johnson to get the K there. Yeah, Jesse, stay safe out there in Thurston County. This is him trying it all. He looks like a month-old construction honey bucket. Oscar Hernandez up to the plate here. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI. Oscar, after that slow start, slowly kind of starting to heat up. Slider. Nasty little breaking ball there by Johnson. Strike 1-1 here. One and two. A lot of breaking balls from Johnson. Just about everything. He's like Penn Murphy. It's just breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball. And there's another one. And he gets him swinging. 3 strikeouts. Mariners can't touch the breaking ball in that inning. And that will put them down. So go to the 9th. Give me the truck. Boom, 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 boom. I need a little bit of gas. No, 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 no. No, I need a little bit more. Boom, 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 boom. That's right. It's time for Big Diesel out of the pen. It's time for that nasty action coming off that arm. Give me that Big D's. Give me them Big D's. It's about that time. It's about that time. See if our Mariners can finish this one up and set the stage tomorrow for potentially, dare I say, a sweep of these Rockies. Take a look at about here around the Major League Baseball. We got the Yankees taking out the Twins. Tigers taking care of the Giants 7-6. White Sox also matching a 7-6 game on the Orioles. The Pirates handled the Cardinals. Tampa Bay Devil Rays lose 2 in a row after starting out 13-0. They fall here to the Toronto Blue Jays, who are now 10-5. The Guardians handled the Nationals 6-4. The Brewers fell down to the Padres 10-3. The Mets handled the Athletics. Athletics dropped to 3-12 on the year. We like seeing that. The Boston Red Sox handled the Anaheim Angels 9-7. So the Angels are going to fall to 7-7 after that. Diamondbacks fell to the Marlins 3-2. Atlanta Braves took care of the Royals 9-3. The Cincinnati Reds absolutely blistered the Philadelphia Phillies 13-0. The Astros took care of the Rangers, so the Astros climb up to 7-8, while the Rangers drop down to 8-6. Everything within this division getting a little bit more tightly spun, tightly wound, which gets us getting closer. We look right now, the Mariners 2 games before this game is settled, 2 games out as it stands, so I believe they could find themselves within a game and a half here as of the close. Voodoo Magic says, I only want Diego out there at least 5 runs up. Fair. Completely fair. He's going to make you nervous, and you want to give him some room for error. Sam the Great says, if only every Mariner game could be like this, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? So Big Diesel comes out 5 games this year, 4 2/3, 5 earned runs, 4 Ks, 4 walks. Well, it's been a little bit wild. Not been on his control. You like to have these kind of appearances that you can provide a player like Diego to really, you're struggling to get locked in early in the year. Let's give you some bump time here to get yourself to work out some of these kinks a little bit. I've got to put a big guess. I feel like he's added an extra gold chain this year. I feel like he was 1 less gold chain last season, and it's just maybe kind of pulling him down on his leverage. First pitch, strike, 93. Not away, man. Get out there, just pump that thing. Pump that thing. Chrono says, hey, B, I saw a graphic where if the Cardinals went to get to if the Cardinals wanted to get to a 500 as a franchise, outside 1-1, it would take them 209 straight wins without a loss, or 12 undefeated seasons in a row. The Arizona Cardinals, to get to 500 historically as a franchise, would have to win 209 games in a row. That's certainly not a culture of winning there, is it, Kronos? It's hard to establish. No, we're really a good friend. We haven't won the Lombardi, but we're really actually, we're always far away. We're never really close. 2-1 pitch sent hard down the line there. This will be 2-2 now. But they're not getting better anytime, Kronos. That I have a feeling that 209 is going to only start to elongate and get and add more. 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. As I said, Diego's always got to make us sweat no matter what. Big Country says, laughing out loud, true. I'm not a big on Diego being in high leverage situations. Yeah, me neither. And certainly here he goes. You're up 9-2. You're up 9-2, Diego. You're up 9-2. Throw a strike. Don't walk the opening batter. You're up 9-2. Don't walk the opening batter. It's just make them swing. If he hits it into the second deck because you grooved one, it's okay and better than walking them at this point. Strike. There we go. Elias Diaz up to the plate now. 2 for 3 with a double, single, and RBI. Sam the Great, do we have a true closer? I mean, not unless you can consider still Sam Seawald an ability to be a closer. Ball hit on the ground, might be a double play ball. Nah, they're only going to be able to get one here, but they do get one. But no, technically right now, Sam Gray, we're missing that a little bit. And I think an early little spot to look at that maybe DePoto might look to eventually add on to with this, especially depending on what happens with Munoz long term, is the bullpen may be a spot that they look to address at some point or another. Always a dicey one to make a trade with, though, because you sort of just get such a mixed bag on returns on that type of stuff. Oh, my God. Diego threw that one right into his back. So, TJ Singh says, every time Diego pitches, I lose confidence. He's just so wild with it sometimes. Again, you got the lead here. Just throw strikes. Make them hit the ball. Like, how are you a major leaguer without the control just groove it in? You guys have all seen these guys where they'll bring the position players in late in the games and the teams are down 17-3 and they just have position players groove pitches basically at 65 miles an hour and the hitters still can't just bomb it every time. Just, you're up 9-2. Put it over the effing plate. Certainly don't be hitting the guy. He's hitting the guy because he's trying to overthrow it. That's why he's hitting him. He's trying to overjuice it. That's why I'm saying the groove thing. I know exactly what happens as a pitcher when you start to overthrow. Everything starts to elevate and then the control goes with it. And then when you get the combination of the two, that means you're really overthrowing it. Come on, man. 1 out. See, grooves it. Guy swings. Easy knock in the outfield to Kelenic. He's right underneath it. This ain't that hard. Rockies are probably low-key already ready to call this one in a night. Right? D-Man says we don't, but this isn't a true closing situation. Yeah, we don't. And this isn't. That's true. All right, 2 men down. Big Diesel comes set. Ezekiel Tovar up to the plate, takes ball 1 outside. Jesse Lund says Texas in left field for the Derbies, $2,500. Ooh. Really? Again, $2,500 in left field. Oof. Ball 2 here to Tovar. Tommy Eden says he's throwing to San Diego. What the hell? Exactly. Come on, Diego. There we go. Right. 2-1. Cronus says, how much would it cost to DFA Diego? You're going to try to see if he can work this out. It's early in the season. And he's always been a little bit wild by his nature. This ball hit up in the air. And he does have great movement he has good stuff. But when you come into this situation as a pitcher, you're up 7 runs. You're in the 9th inning. Don't overthink it. Yeah. 2-2 pitch here to Ezekiel. Fans up on their feet clapping. Can the Mariners close this one out? Ooh, he wanted to wave it out, held it back, though. Tom Eaton says, we need a Jeff Nelson. Could use another Jeff Nelson. You could always use a Jeff Nelson, though. Got a little bit like that in Murphy a bit with that. Murphy doesn't have that size that Nelson had. Because Nelson could really come from that angle of you. Or it really felt like it was coming from the wide side as a right-hander at you. But Nelson was money. All right, 3-2 pitch here. To Tovar, runners running with the hit pitch. Hit foul, staying alive. Yeah, it's not going to cause anything to DFA him, but they're not going to DFA him. We're going to try to work him out. Jesse says they're moved to where King's Court was for 900. Oof. We're getting some tickets. Jeez, I didn't know. I knew it was going a little bit. But, ooh, that's a pricely sum. 3-2 pitch. He hits it up into the air high, getting up underneath it. And looks like we got our guy underneath in there for out number 3. That will retire the side. The Mariners come out of it. Diego had to make us sweat just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Not major sweat, but little sweat. Nonetheless, the Mariners do come out with the win. Things are starting to slowly get a little bit better here throughout the course of things here as we move through this. Got to feel a little bit better about where things kind of stand here. First kind of started out where things were a little bit dodgy, it felt like, didn't it? Kind of out the gate, so to speak. But fantastic win by our Mariners today. Come out of this with 8 hits, but managed 9 runs. Efficient. How did they do it? Well, they got themselves 6 walks today, and they controlled the zone. And beyond the walks, even though they had a lot of strikeouts with it, they were able to at times keep themselves alive in at-bats, just getting a bat on a ball, fouling it off, keeping himself alive, keep just grinding those at-bats out at times, rather than it being them just going through the lineup, hammering pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch. They found a way to do that. They also found a way that I think is very interesting as development so far this year that's been so much in deference of what we've seen in years past, where they're hitting better with runners in scoring position. It's been a nightmare situation for them going on at least 2 years. This year it's been better so far in a sample size of games. But if that's a place that they can improve on, if Kelenic can continue to rake, like he even got tonight, still a hit, even on a night where, 3 strikeouts, still managed to hit, still got himself into play on it. So, some of these early turns are looking nice for your Mariners overall here. Some of these developments are fitting into what we would like to see. Teoscar Hernandez has settled in. A couple more hits tonight here from him. That's also a nice little development that you stand. You've got now the Mariners a game and a half out of first place. So maybe about the point where maybe we're going to start to be getting a little bit warm. We got Castillo, our ace, going on the hill tomorrow. We could go for the sweep here, start this home stand off in the right way, the right fashion. Just build this up. It's a marathon, right? Just building this thing up slowly, getting this thing coming together slowly. But you sure love how the parts and pieces look here. You like how you see this lineup coming together. You like the strength of this lineup. It's got so much more length to it than it did last year. I don't see as many of the black holes. We're going to have to get Colton Wong eventually figured out one way or another. AJ Pollock hopefully can eventually get the splits that we thought we were getting from him with the left-handed at bats. But I think Crawford will eventually be fine, even if he's at 250, but getting you a lot of walks, well over 300, on-base percentage for what he's leading into with Julio. You're fine with that. It's just those mere couple of other places in the lineup, the DH, the second base, things that you maybe will be addressing maybe down the line if they don't get better, but there's still time for them too to get it better. I don't think Wong's going to hit 98 for a full season. I would hope not. But impressive win by our Mariners today. And George Kirby with an excellently wound game. We want to watch these young guys getting better and better on the hill. We're going to lean on this rotation. And you were able to do that, especially now that we've got Robbie Ray down with a little bit of an injury right now. We've seen some of these other guys to kind of pick up the slack a little bit. 6 in the third innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. Didn't waste time, no walks. That control was there as we've seen with him when he's really working and on his best, which was very impressive. So a lot of good to talk about with this game. No errors. You fielded the ball really well, as the Mariners tend to do. This is how we're going to win baseball games. You got a little more offense than maybe you normally are going to get. But nonetheless, this is a very much, I think, fits to the formula that we're looking for. Jesse loves Jeff Nelson's mustache. Big Country of Awesome. Very complete game. Very complete game. You feel very good about where you're coming out of this game with. It's nice to see them win in this fashion. And this lineup, I feel so much better about this lineup than in recent years past. Just love, it brings pop. You got some speed into it. You know, it's got some length to the lineup now. Julio so dangerous in the leadoff spot, and what that provides to this lineup then with where he's sitting at. Just love it. DJ says, nope, just a random foul ball from the Rockies with no significance. Oh, TJ, I got a foul ball yesterday, but didn't get it authenticated. Is that really bad? No, I mean, it's going to be a thing you keep for your own sake. You know what I mean? Something you know about, you know? And no man ever lies about that. You tell people like, I caught this ball at a foul. No one's going to be like, yeah, sure you did. No. Nobody lies about that kind of thing. So how would you even get it authenticated? You know, you have to like go back in and have somebody put a stamp on it or something, you know? Sam the Great says, let's have this type of game 100 more times, hopefully. Well, I said that I thought that this team was going to win 100 games this year. And I part of that was the anticipation of thinking that Kelenic would take a step forward this year. Now I was thinking step forward at like 280 with 25 bombs or 20 bombs, you know. If he goes up to 320, 330 with 35 bombs, that's why I say that's very much a place where you got Hernandez doing what he's doing in his part of the lineup. The young guys take a little bit more of a step forward in the lineup. That's where the World Series aspirations should be born out of, and they should be born out of rightfully so. That's real. That's real to see it that way, of the potential there. So it's develop. We got to watch it go down the line. We're really early in the year, just the very beginning of the year, right? But nonetheless, you feel real good about what you're seeing so far. Jesse says, just the net positive of Kelenic not striking out 3 times a game is enough to keep him in the lineup. Add the hits, the dongs, and he's pushing all-star level. Agreed. And some nights guys are going to pitch you tough, even when you're hitting well, especially when you're hitting well, because you're going to get those pitchers then going, he's hit 4 home runs in 4 straight games. Don't give him anything to hit tonight. You know, that's going to get those pitchers on their P's and Q's to make you have to really earn what you're doing at the plate. And that's what I saw from the pitchers tonight from the Rockies, is they were very well aware that Kelenic was rolling, and they wanted to stay away from that. Tommy says, I feel like the defense is going to be there again, but if we can get some offense to go with it, we got something. Agreed. And I think we will. Jesse says, laughing out loud, Big Nelly was taking names all right. Oh, yeah, he was. Nobody wanted to face Nelly. He was legit 6'6", almost 6'7", sidearm, half kind of sidearm delivery. It's like lefties with Randy. You know, the ball they're so long and they're so big. It just feels like they're releasing the ball right at your face. Jackson Shore says that last strikeout from JK, he threw his helmet in disgust. Can't do that. No need to get down on yourself. That's been his problem. He gets in his own head. Yeah, it was a struggle night. You know, 3 strikeouts tonight. He cares. And, you know, Jackson, the intensity thing there with Kelenic, he's gotten a bit of a control of it this year, but I think that's always going to be a part of his game. And it's going to bring the good and the bad with it at times. He got pitched really tough tonight, and his approach was still really solid. He had some nasty pitches, and you're going to have nights like that when you go through a major league season like this. You still carved out a hit, still a net positive for him, and he's still in the middle of this hitting streak and still doing well. But, you know, he was one to probably get Jackson that home run. You know, he probably want that 5th home run in a row. I would too if I was him. I like the fact he cares. I'd much rather a guy care like that, Jackson, than the other side of it where they're just sort of blasé and, you know, they seem like they half care. Sam the Great, we might end up having the best outfield when it's all said and done. They've got the potential, Sam. All of them can field, all of them can hit, all of them can run. They've got that potential. Jesse says exactly what you said about JK. That's the whole juice squeeze. It's a whole juice squeeze for me, man. He's to me the big key for us this year, because if he can be that guy that we thought we were getting, he can be tapping into that almost near star kind of level play with what you put together with the rest of this lineup, with Raleigh stepping forward, Julio stepping forward, you know, with the staff and the rotation and the bullpen in the place they're at, with how you play defense, it all comes together. So it's not a one-trick pony, not a driven by one part of your team. It's the whole team pulling together at that point, and then that's how a team gets to 100 wins. That's how a team gets to World Series. That you can see it as a clear vision and a clear pathway to arriving there. Corona says, even if Kelenic takes a step back, as long as he isn't Wong level bad, he will be an all-star, and this is a World Series team and lineup. Let's go. 100% agree with you. Doesn't even need him to be hitting 350. No, it's just, he hits even around 280, 290. You can still pull into that level. Very much agreed. Jesse says, age plus potential, we are the number one outfield. I love it. We are the number one outfield. You better believe it. Corona says, I would rather have Kelenic's anger to Winker's lack of effort and care. Beautifully said. Better put than I just put it there, and that captures it in the right kind of fashion to me. You got those players that you can feel like that, where their efforts just kind of, oh, I'm a multimillionaire. I'll kind of run for this ball, I guess, but I'm just kind of trying to hit, this. But you got a guy in Kelenic that cares, and he wants to be great, and he wants to attain it, and he wants it bad, and that drives him, and that drove him this offseason to put the work in that he's put in. And there'll be some double-edged moments of it where you go, oh, I got the best of you there a little bit. Like with DK at times. Gets the best of him at moments. But the want is there. The desire is there. I'd rather teach him, I'd rather have to teach him as a coach to hold him back a little bit than have to push him forward and to light the fire underneath him. If he comes with the fire, I can turn down the fire. I can get us down to 350. If you're starting out at 100 degrees, I don't know if I can get us up to 350. Megan says, Crow's Nest back from seeing Ollie, who says hi to you. Hey, tell him I said hello. Jackson Shore, what have you seen from Wong so far? The fan base already hates him, but I feel a breakout's coming. I think it is early in the season right now to come to any determinations on any players at this point, Jackson. I would think more specifically from a negative side, that you can feel good about the positive stuff, especially with Kelenic, because it's tangible and you can see it to be sustainable. But on the negative side with Wong, yeah, it's worrisome. And there's a long track record of just being weirdly these National League hitters coming to the American League, and they suddenly becoming a shell of themselves. I can't tell you how many times through the years the Mariners have brought in National League players, and they have become so much more reduced as players than what they were in the National League. And Wong seems to be taking a little bit of that on the surface of it at first view. I'm going to give it more time to let the full set sink in. He doesn't do a lot in controlling the zone. I don't see him with a lot of solid swings on balls. It's not like he's hitting hard hit balls that just aren't getting in. And he's having a rough start and a rough go to it. No two ways about it. But no final determinations yet. More to be determined here, to be seen. Jackson, I love how Jerry has found guys we've never heard of and turned them into elite bullpen pitchers. Seawall, Tapia, Penn, Murphy, love it. Jerry's certainly got a sweet spot as far as understanding bullpens and how to calibrate them correctly and put them together and put together top-notch ones at that. It's one of the great skills I think he does have as a general manager. And yeah, he's done a fantastic job of finding good power arms, good depth, and getting guys into the right roles also within that pen where you can see how it all works together. How you want a bullpen where everything works. You got your lefty specialist, you got your righty that can kill him, you got your stopper, you got your closer. Everyone's in their right little spot. Have a great day, says Wong had a great at-bat tonight. He did. Props to him. He had that one at-bat that was a really solid at-bat where he grinded it out. And he had one fairly hard hit ball to right field that just didn't quite get down. But I'm not making any final determinations or saying I'm out on Wong or that Wong has no potential or that we've got this crap player. He's got a track record of at least being decent. And we just need these guys to be at like 250 at the second base spot. Just get me out of the sub 200 place that we've been recently. Get me to 250, play good defense, draw your share of walks, and that will be enough for the rest of this lineup. Nice job, Megan. 335 players scouted for the draft. Well done. He says B's at only 220. I'm at like 240, 250. Don't undercut me, Megan. I got like 20, 30 more than that. Corona says, I heard Wong is just getting super unlucky. He's swinging at the correct pitches and has the play discipline. Just everything he hits is right at someone. I mean, maybe it just hasn't seemed as much like that to me on it. But maybe that's the case. They've got the advanced numbers on this stuff to let you know it. So it's nice in baseball is they've got some quantifiable stuff that you can tap into, really make that determination. I'll try to look that stuff up maybe next time we go live and see if that's the case. Megan says, Wong has room and time for improvement. Can't wait to see that happens. Too far too early to call it either way with him. Yeah, it's still too early with that. Brandon Schutz, how you doing, man? Glad you had it in the house. Good to see you, man. I'm doing great. TJ says Wong has the worst OPS in the entire league among quantifiable batters. That's why there is some concern. It's not to take a final whatever with, but there is definitely, we can't have him in this sustained point for a long period of time. You know, Wong can't hit 98 for the next month, and we're just kind of waiting on it. That's going to weigh this whole lineup down like a heavy anchor on a small boat. So you can't have a guy at 98 throughout a month longer, but you can give him a couple more weeks in here to start to kind of try to find himself, I think. And you want it to work with him. It's ideal that he's your everyday starting second baseman in the way that you put this together. Dewey lies. His thoughts, though it's early, Kelenic is on his way to win comeback player of the year. I don't know if he was established enough as a perennial player to be comeback, Dewey. You know, you have to be somebody first to get the comeback player kind of award. But he's reclaiming that high-end view of a prospect that he was looked at a couple of years ago before we had kind of Julio catching our eyes. And, you know, we forget about him being this guy that was looked at as this just amazing, awesome talent that we're getting over from New York. And that it's been a little slow last year in the development, and there's been some really rough roads and parts to his game at times where he's just looked overwhelmed. But he is still, we can't get it twisted. He still is a guy that's, you know, darn near a 5-tool player who gives you power, gives you average. And it's from the left-handed side at that too, which does help your lineup as well tremendously and keeping your lineup, you know, that frankly is a little bit right-handed heavy with Julio, France, Suarez, Hernandez. You know, nice to have another lefty in there as well that kind of can mix through on the lineup on that. Brandon Schutz says, did you hear what happened to John Gray? He got hit on the pigeon arm. And I did see it. I didn't hear, because I've got the volume off. I'm doing the live stream. I just do the kind of play-by-play on that. But I didn't hear what they had to say on that. But I thought it was just a pitching change at the time, Brandon. But he did take kind of a hard hit right off that bad part of the arm. Sort of the meaty portion there on the bicep, looked like. Sam the Great says Hernandez started cold too. Wong will find his groove soon, hopefully. I hope so too. And we got time to give him. Luckily, the rest of the lineup's cooking through well with Julio, France, Suarez, Hernandez, Kelenic going. You can afford to kind of give this a little bit of time to let it set through. You don't have to rush this or jump to any conclusions on it. It's good. Jesse says, a fun guy to watch blossom right now. I know before anyone tells me puke, Hunter Brown for the Astros is a super stud. They just keep churning out those prospects, Jesse. It's an impressive franchise and how they get done what they do over there. And they've got it like a machine right now in that respect. Lose a couple players on one end, next new guys come developing right behind the other guys is rough. We got to hang step for step with them, and I think we're going to be able to, luckily. But you know what? They've got some injuries now early on in this season. Kind of feel like we got to make a little bit of hay here against the Astros. You know, well, we got a little bit of an opportunity to. Brandon Schutz, did Seattle win? Seattle did win, man, 9-2. Kirby pitched a hell of a game. Rodriguez cleared the deck and bases loaded triple. That really set things off. Suarez had himself a home run. Fun little game. Fun little game. Oh, so loud. All right, folks. Well, I'm about 2.5 hours in. We did about a 4-hour stream with Brennan earlier today. I'm going to try to get enough gusto back in me after a night of rest tonight to get back at it and try to get to the Hawks Nest tomorrow. If not, do another stream on baseball tomorrow if I can work it up. But that will take me needing to sign off here pretty much right now. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I appreciate all the folks that hopped in the chat tonight, all the new subscribers that have jumped aboard the channel here as we're just about to round 500 subscribers on the Crow's Nest. Appreciate all of that. If you're not subscribed, I just asked you, please get subscribed on up, as I'd love to get over 1,000 subscribers this year if we're able to pull it off. As other than that, though, I appreciate all the live banter and you guys are making me laugh as ever here on the channel tonight. We'll try to maybe be back 12:30 tomorrow on the baseball channel. Like I said, let me see where my voice is because I do need to do a football thing tomorrow, I think, too, as well. So it might be a double dip again. But regardless, please, in the interim, don't you guys ever forget. Brandon says, do you know what time your appointment is tomorrow? Well, I don't have an appointment tomorrow, Brandon. I did my 2 streams today, so I'm going to probably try to do my Hawks stream at 5, but I know the Mariners stream's at 12 o'clock. So I'll try to see if I can get on the Mariners stream tomorrow. It might be just kind of a low-key stream, but depends on if I can get all my prep work done for my football channel there before that, which I'll try to work on a little bit tonight. We'll see if we can double dip it in tomorrow. We'll give it a try. I'll give it the good honest shot. G Walker, thank you, man. You have yourself a good night. Appreciate everybody. Thank you, Megan, as well. You guys, might be a fun year on board here for your Mariners. So please don't you guys ever forget with this now as we go into tomorrow and as we're going forward on this. You might have yourself here a World Series contending team. Dream big this year. Don't dream small. Don't say, oh, it's incremental steps to this Mariner team. We're not quite ready. It's not quite the right time. Now is the right time. Now is the time to dream big. Let's go. We got the team. Dipoto has put together the crew. So set those sights high into the horizon. And please, don't you ever forget